In engineering and product design, the term quality is often used, but rarely defined with precision. Is quality determined by performance, reliability, or customer perception? To answer this, we are going to introduce the dimensions of quality, which are a structured framework that helps engineers evaluate products beyond simple specifications. In this lecture, we'll explore each dimension, understand how they influence design decisions, and see how they apply to the real-world engineering systems. By the end, you'll have a clear understanding of how quality is quantified and why trade-offs between dimensions are inevitable. Starting with performance, and as a quick synopsis, it will entail, will the product do the intended job? Potential customers usually evaluate a product to determine if it will perform certain specification functions and determine how well it performs them. For example, you could evaluate spreadsheet software packages for a PC to determine which data manipulation operations they perform. You may discover that one outperforms another with respect to the execution speed. Next is reliability, and that asks, how often does the product fail? Complex products, such as many electronic devices, appliances, automobiles, or airplanes, will usually require some repair over their service life. For example, you should expect that an automobile will require occasional repair. But if the car requires frequent repairs, then we consider that unreliable. There are many industries within which the customer's view of quality is greatly impacted by the reliability dimension of quality. Following reliability is durability, and that asks how long does the product last? This is the effective service life of the product. Customers obviously want products that perform satisfactorily over a long period of time. The automobile and major appliance industries are examples of businesses where this dimension of quality is very important to most of our customers. Next is serviceability, and that asks the question, how easy is it to repair the product? There are many industries in which the customer's view of quality is directly influenced by how quickly and economically a repair or routine maintenance activity can be accomplished. For example, include the appliance and automobile industries and many types of service industries. How long did it take a credit card company to correct an error in your bill? Next is aesthetics. What does the product look like? This is a visual appeal of the product, often taking into account factors such as style, color, shape, packaging alternatives, tactile texture characteristics, and other sensory features. For example, soft drink beverage manufacturers rely on the visual appeal of their packaging to differentiate their products from its competitors. Features are also very important, and that asks, what does the product do? Usually customers associate high quality with products that have added features, that is, those that have features beyond the basic performance of the competition. For example, you might consider a spreadsheet software package to be a superior quality if it has built-in statistical analysis features, while its competitors do not. There's also perceived quality, and that asks, what is the reputation of the company or its products? In many cases, customers rely on the past reputation of the company concerning quality of its products. That reputation is directly influenced by failures of the product that are highly visible to the public or that require product recalls, and by how the customers are treated when a quality-related problem with the product is reported. Perceived quality, customer loyalty, and repeated business are closely interconnected. For example, if you make regular business trips using a particular airline and the flights almost always arrive on time and the airline company does not lose or damage your luggage, you will probably prefer to fly on that provider instead of its competitors. Wow, and just like that, we're on our eighth dimension of quality, which is conformance to standards. And that asks the question, is the product made exactly as the designer intended? So we usually think of a high quality product as one that exactly meets the requirements placed on it. For example, how well does the hood fit on a new car? Is it perfectly flush with the fender height? And is the gap exactly the same on all sides? It's the questions we are always asking. Manufactured parts that do not exactly meet the drawing or designer's requirement can cause significant quality problems when they are used as the components of a more flexible and complex assembly. An automobile consists of several thousand parts. If each one is just slightly too big or too small, Many of the components will not fit together properly, and the vehicle can lose either visual appeal or its major subsystems may not perform as the designer intended. So those 8 dimensions are usually adequate to describe quality in most industry and business situations. However, in service and transactional business organizations such as banks, healthcare, and customer service organizations, we can add the following 3 dimensions. For starters, there's responsiveness, and that asks how long did it take the service provider to reply to your request for service? How willing to be helpful was the service provider, and how promptly was your request handled? Secondly, there's professionalism. This is the knowledge and skills of the service provider and relates to the competency of the organization to provide the required services. And lastly, there is attentiveness. Customers generally want caring and personalized attention for their service providers. Customers want to feel that their needs and concerns are important and are being carefully addressed. So that covers everything what we will be talking about regarding the dimensions of quality. We covered the 8 dimensions that are typically used in the industrial and many business situations, as well as covering 3 additional dimensions of quality that are important to consider for service and transactional business organizations. I hope you enjoyed this video and thought it was helpful. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in future videos here soon.